The Russian Aerospace Forces have received a new batch of 5th-generation Su-57 fighters and Su-34 Frontline bombers, the press service of the United Aircraft Corporation, UAC, reported. The Russian military has received new Su-57 and Su-34 aircraft as part of the State Defense Order. The batch received by the Russian Aerospace Forces did not include Su-35s. The total number of aircrafts that the Russian Aerospace Forces received has not been disclosed. However, according to estimates, this is the last batch of fighter jests transferred to Russian military this year, with the next batch planned to be delivered in 2025. The 5th-generation Su-57 aircraft system and the Su-34 Frontline bomber are the best aircraft in their class. Today, they solve the most important tasks and demonstrate their effectiveness, advantages, and excellent maneuverability in combat qualities, the head of United Aircraft Corporation, Vadim Badekha, said.
A group of Russian armed forces tried to break through to liberated Kherson and was predictably destroyed. On this occasion, betrayal reigns in the Z channels. Ukrainian blogger Nikolaevsky Vanek, associated with the armed forces of Ukraine, reported high activity of the occupiers in the Kherson direction. According to him, two groups of Russian armed forces, under cover of heavy fire, attempted to break through to the Antonov Bridge. The assault groups did not arrive. There were two of them. More precisely, they did not swim. The battle ended before it really began. A few days ago, an entire company of the 24th Motorized Rifle Regiment of the Russian Armed Forces refused to carry out today's great mission. In the end, they survived, he wrote. Russian political strategist Stanislav Belkovsky suspected that Russian dictator Vladimir Putin could have set his army the goal of reoccupying Kherson before the inauguration of the new US President Donald Trump. The Kremlin is preparing for Trump's inauguration. What needs to be done before? By January the 20th, 2025, take Kherson, to show that the entire Kherson region is under the Russian Federation's thumb. Concentrated efforts will now be directed at this, he wrote. Odessa collaborator Igor Dmitriev, who fled to the Russian Federation, also believes that the escalation in the Kherson direction is preparation for a peace agreement. He suspected that the Kremlin wants to exchange this territory for the Kursk bridgehead of the Ukrainian armed forces. Did I understand correctly that the landing on the right bank of the Dnieper is needed in order to later exchange the right bank bridgehead for the Ukrainian armed forces bridgehead in the Kursk region? And so that Kiev does not try to exchange the Kursk bridgehead for something else, something valuable, the traitor of Ukraine reported. The Russian Z channel VDV for Honesty and Justice published a letter from a relative of a Russian soldier who was killed while trying to break into Kherson. My brother died during assault actions in the water in the Kherson region. I'm just crying. I don't know how you can survive this. General Teplinsky sent them knowingly to their death on boats. I don't think you need to be a strong expert to understand that those boats are unlikely to reach the other shore. Why? The Russian woman wrote. Z blogger Fighter Bomber, who is associated with the Russian Aerospace Forces, was also not thrilled with the operation. There is a strong feeling that we have pushed the SVO into the background and are preparing for a new Trump in the hope of the best. Therefore, we talk about achievements over the year. Somewhere there, in passing, we throw our fighters into suicidal crossings of the Dnieper, apparently with the goal of capturing Kherson by the new year, and are engaged in sluggish responses to attacks by the Ukrainians, the propagandist complained. Ukrainian forces successfully attacked Russian positions using only ground and first-person view FPV drones instead of infantry, an army spokesperson claimed. Speaking on national TV, Sergeant Vladimir Detyarov, spokesperson for the Kharkiv Brigade of the National Guard of Ukraine, said dozens of units of robotic and unmanned equipment supported by surveillance drones were used in the assault near the village of Liptsy north of Kharkiv. Detyarov said the drones included ground systems equipped with machine guns and kamikaze FPV drones. He did not specify when the attack took place. Commenting on the reports, the Institute for the Study of War, ISW, said the attack highlighted the difference in attitude towards frontline troops shown by Moscow and Kiev. Ukrainian officials have repeatedly highlighted Ukraine's efforts to utilize technological innovations and asymmetric strike capabilities to offset Ukraine's manpower limitations, in contrast with Russia's willingness to accept unsustainable casualty rates for marginal territorial gains, the ISW said. The ISW says that Russian military losses in its full-scale invasion of Ukraine have exceeded 750,000 Russian soldiers and are expected to surpass 1 million Russian troops within 6 months, UK Under-Secretary of Defence Luke Pollard said. The UK's latest estimate is in line with figures from Ukraine's General Staff, which as of December the 19th sits at 768,220 troops lost since the start of the war. The figures do not specify killed or wounded, though the overall consensus is that it includes dead, wounded, missing and captured. It is highly likely that they have sustained significant combat casualties whilst only achieving limited tactical gains, Pollard told British parliamentarians. Russia has gained ground in eastern Ukraine and Kursk Oblast in recent months, but at the cost of heavy casualties. Russian losses reached record highs in November and December, with a daily high of 2,030 troops lost in November, marking the highest daily loss since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022. Russian losses exceeded 45,000 troops and $3 billion worth of equipment in November. President Volodymyr Zelenski revealed in a rare statement that Ukraine had lost 43,000 soldiers on the battlefield since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion. Ukraine is developing numerous new types of drone systems. Military tech developers created a new unmanned ground vehicle with the ability to carry explosives and drive under-armored vehicles. The project's spokesperson, Victoria Kovalchuk, told Business Insider on October the 25th. The UGV, named Rattle S or Honey Badger, was developed as part of the Brave One government initiative. The initiative was launched in April to invest in defense tech innovations that can be utilized by the Ukrainian military, as well as serve as a platform to connect the industry's stakeholders. The main idea is that the robot is used as a mobile warhead that carries anti-tank mines or other explosive devices, said Kovalchuk, adding that it can run for 40 to 50 minutes at an average speed or for up to 2 hours at a slower speed.